Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to talk about unlocking the hidden security potential that's lurking inside every single Windows PC. We're going to build a digital fortress. And the best part? We'll do it using tools you already have. So let me just start by asking you a question. Is your PC really as secure as you think it is? I mean, right out of the box, it's designed for one thing above all else, and that's convenience. But you have to wonder, what's the hidden cost of all that convenience? And that, right there, brings us to what we can call the default dilemma. On one side, you've got convenience, settings that are made for ease of use, for broad compatibility, so everything just works. But on the other side, you've got security. And achieving real security means you have to actively turn on and configure some incredibly powerful features that are already built in. Your default settings aren't insecure, per se, but they're definitely not hardened. So here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with that default dilemma, then we'll really define what security hardening is. We'll introduce a trusted guide for this process, look at 3 key layers of protection in action, talk about some crucial security habits, and then wrap up by putting you in the driver's seat of your own digital fortress. Okay, first up, Section 1, the security default dilemma. Let's really dig into this gap between convenience and security. Now, the guide we're using for this explainer, the Harden Windows Security project, makes a really important point right from the get-go. They say, look, Windows is already secure and safe by default. The goal here isn't to fix something that's broken, it's to fine-tune the system, to use what Microsoft already gave us to reach the absolute highest level of security. We're not patching holes, we're turning a strong foundation into an impenetrable fortress. All right, let's move on to Section 2 and see how we actually do that. We're going to talk about security hardening, what it means to activate your built-in defenses. So what is security hardening exactly? Well, think of it like this. It's the process of making your system less vulnerable by shrinking what we call its attack surface. The easiest way to picture it is just locking all the extra doors and windows in your house that you don't use. The fewer ways in, the safer you are, right? And the absolute best part? We can do all of this using the tools that are already built right into Windows. No extra software needed. And the goals here are super clear and practical. We want to shrink that attack surface to give hackers fewer targets. We want to protect our valuable data from nasty stuff like ransomware. And we want to automatically block risky software behaviors before they can do any damage. Basically, we're enforcing the same kind of high-level security that big companies and government agencies use every single day. Okay, so that all sounds good in theory, but how do we actually do it? Well, in Section 3, our trusted guide appears. Let's look at a real-world case study in hardening. So our guide for this journey is the Harden Windows Security project on GitHub. It's this incredibly detailed, totally open-source repository that shows you step-by-step how to get to maximum security. And here's the key. It does it using only official, documented Microsoft methods. It's completely transparent, it's trusted by a lot of people, and nothing is hidden behind a curtain. And you can see why this approach is so trustworthy just by looking at how it works. The vast majority of changes are made using group policies. That's the official Microsoft recommended way to manage Windows settings. PowerShell is only used for very specific things you can't get to otherwise, and messing with registry keys is an absolute last resort. So this isn't some random, sketchy hack. It's a systematic, professional approach using official tools. All right, now for the really fun part. Section 4, 3 layers of protection. Let's see what hardening actually looks like in action. Our first layer of defense is all about protecting your data when it's just sitting there on your computer. We're talking about encrypting your drive with a feature called BitLocker. And this isn't just any old encryption. This is military-grade XTS AES 256 encryption. What that means is, if your laptop gets stolen, all the data on it is complete gibberish. It's basically an unbreakable digital lock on your entire hard drive. Layer 2 is about stopping threats before they even get a chance to run. Just look at this before and after. So before hardening, you might download some malicious app, double-click it, and bam, it runs instantly. But after hardening, you can set an app control policy that blocks any executable file from running directly out of your downloads folder. The malware is just stopped dead in its tracks. you'd have to consciously move that file somewhere else to run it, which forces you to take a second and think, wait, do I really trust this thing? And for our third layer, we secure your connection to the outside world by closing old, insecure digital doorways. Think of things like outdated TLS protocols or weak ciphers like MD5. These are like having ancient, rusty locks on your front door. Modern attackers know exactly how to pick them. Hardening your system is like swapping out all those old locks for modern, unpickable ones. You're just shutting down known vulnerabilities for good. So we've seen what scripts and policies can do. But, true security is also about how you think. Let's move to Section 5, Essential Security Habits, what we'll call the hardened mindset. These automated rules actually help build some really great habits. First, verify your sources. Always get your software from the official website or the Microsoft Store. Second, go passwordless. Seriously. Using Windows Hello with your face, your fingerprint, or a PIN is way faster and a whole lot more secure than any password you can come up with. And third, maintain file integrity. Just by using the standard NTFS file system, you preserve something called the mark of the web. It's basically a little digital tag that tells Windows, hey, be extra careful with this file, it came from the internet. And all of that brings us to our final section, building your digital fortress. Because at the end of the day, you are the one in control. If you need just one number to show you the raw power of hardening, here it is, 19. That is how many attack surface reduction rules you can switch on in Windows. Each and every one is a specific, automated tripwire designed to block the common tricks that malware uses, like a Word doc trying to launch malicious code, or a script trying to hide what it's doing. That's 19 automated security guards protecting your system 24/7. And really, that's the most crucial point of all. Your PC already has all the powerful tools you need to build a fortress around your digital life. Features like BitLocker, app control, and all those attack surface reduction rules, they aren't expensive add-ons you need to go buy. They are powerful defenses built right in, just waiting for you to flip the switch. It's not about buying a bunch of new software or becoming some kind of security genius. It's about understanding and using the power you already have at your fingertips. Your PC has the tools. The only question left is, are you ready to build the walls?